You might have seen the pictures and the headlines. People in parts of Kwara State were attacked in what many are calling one of the deadliest assaults in recent times. And now the United States has spoken up about it. Today, we're going to talk about what happened, how world leaders are responding, and why this matters not just to the people directly affected, but to all of us watching events unfold here in Nigeria and beyond. Before we go deeper, if you find this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe and share it with others, and drop your thoughts in the comments below so we can talk about this together. Let's get into it. Reports indicate that in the first week of February, armed gunmen attacked mainly rural communities in parts of Kwara State, in areas like Woro and Nuku, and killing a large number of residents and leaving many families devastated. Different sources are still putting numbers together, but local officials and observers suggest that more than 160 people may have lost their lives in the assault, and many others were injured or unaccounted for. Homes were burned, and survivors were left to flee into bushes and remote areas as the violence unfolded. In response to this tragedy, Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu directed the deployment of a battalion of soldiers to the affected district to protect communities and prevent further attacks in what authorities are describing as part of an expanded security effort. The federal government also set up a new military command aimed at stabilizing the area and strengthening the security presence there. Now, on the international front, the United States, through its mission in Nigeria, publicly condemned the attack, describing it as horrific and expressing deepest condolences to the families of those affected. In a statement shared on social media, the U.S. said it welcomes President Tinubu's decision to send security forces to protect the villages and urged that authorities provide support to the victims and work to bring those responsible to justice. This response comes against a backdrop of growing concern about insecurity across parts of Nigeria. International organizations, including the United Nations and other countries such as Turkey, have also called attention to the violence and urged stronger protective measures for civilians. It matters because attacks like these don't just affect one place, they shake confidence, disrupt lives, and raise hard questions about how we keep communities safe. For many families in Kwara, the immediate concern is mourning lost loved ones, finding missing relatives, and rebuilding homes. For the wider public, the issue draws attention to the broader challenge of insecurity in Nigeria, where people in different regions have for years struggled with armed groups, banditry, kidnapping, and other violent threats. Security experts and political leaders are watching how this situation evolves, especially how the government works with both national and international partners to improve intelligence, strengthen local protection, and prevent future attacks. At the same time, some analysts point out that long-standing challenges, like gaps in policing, limited resources in remote communities, and complex regional dynamics, need sustained attention if similar tragedies are to be avoided. In communities affected by the recent Kwara violence, the human toll extends far beyond the immediate attack. Survivors face psychological and economic hardship. Families must cope with loss, while local markets, schools, and daily routines are disrupted. Many villagers have been calling for quicker access to security and relief, and residents say they want clarity about how the attacks unfolded and who was behind them. Some reports suggest the involvement of extremist-linked groups, though verification and detailed investigation continue. For everyday Nigerians watching from cities like Lagos, Abuja, Benin City, and beyond, this situation highlights how insecurity in rural areas can ripple out to affect confidence, trade, and travel and national stability. When world powers like the United States speak out, it can signal international concern and sometimes support, but it also prompts debate about sovereignty, responsibility, and how best to work together on security. As the government and security agencies continue their efforts, people in affected communities are asking for justice for those who were killed or disappeared, and for lasting solutions that prevent such attacks from repeating. Many Nigerians, locally and abroad, are watching closely, hoping for peace and effective protection for vulnerable communities. And while we try to make sense of these events and what comes next, we also want to keep this space calm, informative, and respectful. If you have thoughts about these developments, please share in the comments. What do you think needs to be done to improve security, and how can communities be better protected? Stay tuned, because we'll be covering updates as they happen. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to keep more people informed. Speak simply, speak calmly, and keep yourself informed. There's more to unpack in the coming days.